This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, students, so this is actually the Row Nidana class. Okay, so I will be taking the Charaka class. Afternoon, the Charaka class will be taken by the madam. Okay, so in the last classes we started. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the last classes of the Charaka Samhita class, we started discussion on. We just glanced about revised about the total Vimanasthana from the Rasa Vimani up to the Roga Bhishakjiti Adhyaya, and in Roga Bhishakjiti Adhyaya, that is the 8th chapter, we discussed some points. Okay, so we'll continue that, and we will wind up this Vimanasthana today, and from the next classes we'll go for the Sutrasthana. Okay, some parts of Sutrasthana will continue. So for today's class, we'll continue with the Roga Vishakniti Adhyaya. In the last class, we discussed about in the last class we discussed about the different. Okay, so Roga Vishakniti Adhyaya, where it is told after the 7th chapter, then the Shastra Pariksha, we had discussed about Shastra Pariksha. Okay, how should be the science, how you should select the science. Then we discussed about the Acharya Pariksha, how you should examine even the teacher and what are the good qualities of the teacher. Okay, these all are good qualities of teacher. Then Shastra Jnanopaya, a very important concept of the learning. Okay, the process of learning is having the three factors, that is the Adhyayana, Adhyapana, and the Tadvidya Sambhashana. You need to learn, you need to teach to someone, and you need to discuss the knowledge. Then only the knowledge will increase. So that is the Roga Shastra Jnanopayas. So to know the Shastra, so these are the Upayas. So Shastra Jnana will be getting from this Adhyayana, Adhyapana, and the Tadvidya Sambhashana. Okay. So how to make the Adhyayana, okay, etc. discussed. Adhyapana, how to teach to someone. Then Tadvidya Sambhasha, how to make the Tadvidya Sambhasha is explained in this the same chapter. In after that, there are different Vada Margas. Okay, for Vada Margas, there are 44 factors which you have to use in the Vada Marga. So while putting your any Vadas, okay, so you have to use these 44 factors to understand, to make the discussion. So after that, we discussed about Dashavida Pariksha Bhava. Okay, so I told that Dashavida Pariksha Bhavas are Karana, Karana, etc. And among them, there is a one concept called as Dashavida Pariksha. Okay, so Dashavida Pariksha Bhavas, that is Karana, Karana, Karyayoni, Karya, Karyaphala, Anubandha, Desha, Kala, Pravrutti, and Upaya. Okay, so these are the 10 factors, that is the Dashavida Pariksha Bhavas. Okay, so now we will go for Dashavida Pariksha, that will comes under the Desha Pariksha. Okay, so Desha Pariksha is the 7th factor. In the Desha Pariksha, we have the two things. One is Bhumi Desha and another one is the Atura Desha. Okay, so Bhumi Desha is so Bhumi, so Sadharana, Jangala, and Anupadesha, and the Atura Desha, that is the Rogi. Okay, so the Rogi Pariksha is explained as the Dashavida Pariksha Bhav. Okay, so that's we will continue for the today's class. So Karana, Karana Lakshana, Karana, Karya Yoni, Karya, these all the points we discussed in the last class. So here there is an example. Okay, so example for the Pariksha Bhava, that is Karana is the person, Karta, that is a physician. So you will use the different drugs. Where you will use these different drugs, that is the Karyayoni and the Desha. The patients you will use these drugs. Your intention is the treatment. Karyaphala, you need to achieve the good health for the patient, and the extra benefit is the longevity for the person, the time in which time the diseases occurred, or in which time you are treating, that is the Kala. Pravritti, that is the initiation, and the last one is the Upaya. Okay. Treatment plan. Treatment protocol, how we will plan, that is the Upaya, which is explained in the Dashavida Pariksha Bhav. Okay. So now we'll go for, see, now we'll go for Dashavida Pariksha. Okay, see, what are these Dashavida Pariksha? So Dashavida Parikshas are the Rogi Pariksha, and even one factor is there, that is the Vikutsa Pariksha is the Roga Pariksha. Okay, see, this Dashavida Pariksha is explained in Dashavida Pariksha Bhavas, that is in the Bhumi Desha Pariksha, that is the Atura Desha. Okay, so in the Atura Pariksha, Dashavida Parikshas are explained. You might have already learned, but we'll see it very in detail. See, so why this Dashavida Pariksha is important? Okay, see, Aturastu Kalu Karya Deshaha Tasya Pariksha Ayushaha Pramana Jnana Heturva Sya Baladosha Pramana Jnana Heturva. Why we need to make the examination of the Atura? Okay, Aturastu Kalu Karya Desha. Pariksha of the patient you need to do to know the Ayusha Pramana. Okay, so when the patient has came, you should know that what is the Pramana of the Ayusha. Okay, if the person is having the good Ayusha, then only you can treat the person. Okay. Otherwise, it is difficult to treat the person. Person will end up with the maran. For that only, to know what is the Ayusha of the person, Ayusha of the patient, you should make the examination of the patient. And how? Bala and the dosha pramana. Okay. So bala means here the rogi bala, and dosha pramana means it is the roga bala. Okay. So to see that what is the roga bala and the rogi bala, you need to make the assessment through this Dashavida Pariksha. And it is also helpful for Veshajaha Pramana Vikalpo Bala Pramana Vishesha Apeksho Bhavati. You want to give the treatment for the patient, then it is depending on the Rogabala and the Rogibala. Okay. Veshaja Pramana. Okay, you want to give the Mrudu Dravya or Madhyama Dravya or the Trikshan Dravya. You want to go for Shamana or Shodhana. It is totally depending on a factor called as the Dashavida Pariksha, that is from Rogabala and the Rogi Bala. Okay, if you know the Rogabala and the Rogi Bala, then only you can give the, or you can choose which type of Veshaja Pramana to be given for that person. For that only you should know, for that only you should examine with the Dashavida Pariksha. Okay. So what are these Dashavida Parikshas? Prakruti, Vikruti, Sara, Satma, Sammanana, Pramana, Vyayama Shakti. Okay. Vaya. These are the 10 Dashavida Parikshas. Okay. See. So first one is the Prakruti. Okay, so we'll not go very in detail about the Prakriti because you already learned about what are these Prakritis, what is the Vataja Prakriti, Pittaja Prakriti, Kapaja Prakriti in the first year. So we'll see that how this Prakriti will form. Okay, what is the Prakriti? Prakriti is the Swabhava. Okay, see, Swabhava of the person. Swabhava is the nature. Okay, So person will have the different type of the nature. So that is called as the Prakriti. So each individual are different, but they have some similarities. According to that, we had made the Prakriti. So how this Prakriti will form? There are four factors or the four different concepts how this Prakriti will be formed. One is Shukra Shonitaja Prakriti. Okay. So while the conception, the Shukra Prakriti and Shonita Prakriti will, when the union of Shukra and Shonita will occurs, there will be the Garbha, and that will decide the Prakriti of the offspring. The second one is Kala Garbhashaya Prakriti. When the Garbha is there in the Garbhashaya, at that time the Kala will decide the Prakriti. Next is Atura Ahara Vihara Prakriti. Okay. When the pregnant lady will take some particular Ahara or Vihara, that will also makes the Prakriti. And Pancha Mahabhuta Prakriti. Okay. So very basic concept of the Ayurveda, that is the, each and everyone is formed of Pancha Mahabhuta, and these Pancha Mahabhutas permutation and combinations with the different gunas make the Prakriti of the individual. Okay. So these are different concepts of the Prakritis. Okay. See, so we have the different Prakritis, that is the dosha Prakriti, that is Vataja, Pittaja, Kaphaja, Samsargaja, and the Sanipataja. Okay. So what is the characteristics of Vataja? What is the characteristic of Pittaja and Kaphaja? We will not go very in detail about these things. Okay. So you may be knowing about these things, and you had already know that what is your Prakriti also. Okay. And you have the same way as that Sharirika Prakriti, you have also having the Manasika Prakriti, that is the Sattvakaya, Rajakaya, and the Tamasika Prakriti. Okay. See, after the Prakriti, the important is Vikruti. See, in all these Dashveda Pariksha, except Vikruti, all are the Rogi Pariksha. Prakriti, Sara, Sattva, Sammanana, Ahar Shakti, Vyayam Shakti, Vaya are the Rogi Pariksha. You will examine for the Rogi Bala. But this Vikrutitaha Pariksha is the only one factor which will give the knowledge of about the Roga Pariksha or the Roga Bala. What is the capacity or what is the virulence of the Roga has to be examined by Vikrutitaha Pariksha. So how to examine the Vikruti? That is Hetu, Dosha, Dusha, Prakriti, Desha, Kala, Bala, Vishesha, Lingaha, Lingagatascha. See, disease will be virulent if its Hetu are enormous. If the person has taken the Nidanas, according to that, the Vikruti will be there. Okay, so we have to examine the Nidana, we have to examine the dosha. Okay, is it Alpa dosha or Brodosha Avastha? Is it Vataja, Pittaja or Kaphaja dosha? We have to examine the dusha. What is the Prakriti of the person? In which desha? Okay, if the person is there in Jangala Pradesha or Alpa Pradesha, etc., that will also influence on the Vikruti Kala. In which Kala the Vikruti has started. That will also influence on the Vikruti, and very important is Linga. Linga means the Lakshanas of the Roga. Okay. If you examine the Lakshana of the Roga, then it is very easy to tell that what is the Bala of the Roga. If the person is having the maximum Lakshanas, then the Roga Bala is maximum. If the person is having the less symptoms, then it is the Roga Bala is less. The Roga is less virulent. Okay. So according to that, we will examine the any diseases. Okay. So from that, we will assess the Vyadhi Bala. Okay. See, Vyadhi Bala, that is with this dosha, hetu, etc. We will come to one conclusion, that is the Vyadhi is pravara, madhyama, or avara bala. Okay. If the Vyadhi is pravara bala, then you have to aggressively treat the person. If it is avara bala and a person's rogi bala is good, then you can give the shamana and ask the patient to for nidana parivarshan. Then it will be the okay. The person is having pravara bala of the Vyadhi and the avara bala of the rogi bala, then it will be very, very difficult. For that only, you should assess always the Vyadhi bala with these factors. Okay, is it audible? Is it audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Next is Sara Pariksha. Okay. See, Sara Pariksha is we have the concept of Prakriti. With also we have the Sara Pariksha. See, the difference between Sara and the Prakriti is Prakriti will not change in a whole lifetime. Okay, if once Prakriti is occurred, he has to continue with the same Prakriti. If the person is born with Vataja Prakriti, Pittaja Prakriti, or Kafaja Prakriti, or any Dvandoja Prakriti, he has to live with that Prakriti. Okay, and if the Prakriti is changed, that is the Arisha. But Sara is another very important factor where the person's Sara will differ from the time to time, or person will have this one dhatu will be expressed much, or his one dhatu will be having more potent. That is called as the Sara. That is, that will give the knowledge of the Bala. Okay, so this is a very unique concept of the Sara Pariksha. So we have the 8 type of Sara, that is from the Twak Sara up to the all the 7 Dhatu Sara, and one is Sarva Sara or Sattva Sara Purusha. Twak Sara means it is the Rasa Sara Purusha. Okay, why it is called Twak Sara? Because see, this is Twak Sara Purusha Lakshanas. Okay, see, for Sara Lakshanas, there is a two categories. Okay. One is his physical appearance, physical and psychological factors, and another one is his behavior and the socio-economical status. Both are given in the Sara Pariksha. Okay, so if you see that if the person is having the Tok Sara Pariksha, that is the Rasa. Rasa is expressed much in this person, and Rasa is more potent in this person, then we call him as Tvaksara Purusha or Rasasara Purusha. So how to know that the person is Tvaksara Purusha? That is, person will be having Snigdha, Slakshna, Mrudu, Prasanna, Sukshma, Gambira, Sukuma. If you see his skin, it will be Snigdha, Slakshna and Mrudu. Person will be always Prasannata. In the Prasannata, he will be Gambira. Gambira means not serious. He will be most attentive. Sukumara. Okay, Sukumara means he is not so having the bala for doing the work. Okay, if you do some work, you will get exhausted. Okay, so that is about the Tvaksara Purusha. So this is important for medical aspect. The physical and the psychological characters. So socio-economical characters are also explained. It is the Sukha, Saubhagya, etc. Okay, so the person will be having Saubhagya, Aishwarya, etc. Those type of explanation is also given for the Sara Lakshana. So this is first one is how to see that Tvaksara person. Second one is Rakta Sara. So if you see any person who is having Snigdha Rakta Varnata, okay, if you see his karna, mukha, jihva, nasa, etc., he will be having red in color. Okay, then red means he will be his complexion is red in color. Then person is Raktasara Purusha. Then Mamsasara Purusha. The Mamsasara means his Mamsa is expressed much. The masculine personality. Okay, person will be having masculine. See, he will be having Sthira Guru Shubha Mamsa Upachita. Okay, if you see his muscles, okay, so different muscle, okay, maybe the upper arm, lower arm, or the chest region, the muscles will be expressed much. He may be doing the exercise or not, but also his muscles are expressed much. Mamsa sa upachitaha. Shubha, Sthira, and Guru. Okay, very firm, well expressed masculine is called as Mamsasara Purusha. Okay, next is Medosara Purusha. Meda, see, if you see the Medosara Purusha, person will be somewhat obese, but he's not obese. He's basically Medasara. Medasara means he will be having a good BMI, he will be having more fatty material. He will be having more sneha. Okay, sneha means the lipid will be. If you see his skin, it will be the sneha. He will be very slakshanata. Okay, then it is called as Meda Sara Purusha. So don't confuse the Meda Sara with the obese person. Medo Roga is different, Staula is different, and Medo Sara Purusha is different. Some persons from the birth they will be somewhat hefty, somewhat pumpiness will be there. Okay, so they are Medosara Purusha. Okay, and it is normal. Okay, but these Medosara Purushas are Sukumaraha. Okay, person will be Sukumaraha. Sukumara means will exhaust very fast, and he can't withhold the more exercise or more Tikshna Aushadhis. Okay, that is Medusara Purusha. Coming to the Astisara Purusha. So if you can see that some persons will be very lean, but his bones are expressed much. Okay, so when you see the Prashni, Gulpa, Janu, etc., at that time his bony prominence are seen much. Then it is called as he is called as Medosara Purusha. Okay, so persons Meda that is Astisara Purusha, that is Stula, Naka, Danta, etc. His Naka and Danta will also be expressed much because these are the factors linked with the Asti. So that Asti, Naka, and Danta will be expressed much. Then you can tell that person is Astisara Purusha. Next, coming to the Majjasara Purusha. So Majjasara Purusha will be having Stula Dirgha Rutta Sandhihi. Okay, see here comes that Samana. So we have the Samana Pariksha also. Here the person's Sandhi will be having Stula Dirgha etc. Okay, this person will be having Dirgha issue and he will be Balavan. So Shukrasara Purusha, so there are different factors are there. Like person will be Kshirapurna Lochata. So will be like the milky white color will be there, etc. Okay. Sattvasara Purusha or Sarvasara Purusha will be, it is the optimum person, is all the dhatus are at the optimum level, then we will call him as the Sattvasara Purusha or Sarvasara Purusha. Okay. See, if you are not able to make the differentiation between all these 8 Sara Parikshas, then we can make Pravara, Avara or Madhyama Saras. Why this Sara Pariksha is so important? Okay. See, you will tell that Sharira Matra Darshana Dev. Okay. Just by looking someone's stature, someone's built, you can't tell that the person is having Balavan or the person is having a Balavan or person is having Apabala. Please unmute. Okay. See, by seeing the Sara Pariksha, just by seeing the Sharira, you can't tell that the person is having Alpabala or Mahabala. Okay. For that, you should know that the Sara Pariksha. Person may be the Krusha. Okay, person is looks like lean, but he may be having the good bala. Person is having the Mahasharira, but he may be having the Alpa bala. Okay, so he will give one example, that is Pipilika Bharana. So if you see the Pipilika means the ants. Okay, but the ants will lift the maximum weight, still more weight than its own weight. Okay, so for that only Sara Pariksha is very important to see that what is the bala of person. Okay, so after Sara Pariksha, we have Sammanana Pariksha. Okay. So, Sammanana means routinely you will tell that it is the compactness of the body. Sama okay. Samojana means how the different factors are arranged in the body. See, like Sama Suvibhakta Asti Su Subadha Sandhi Sunivishta Mamprachonita Susammata Sharira. Okay. If you want to tell that person is Susammata, then there are four factors. That is Sama Suvibhakta Asti. So astis should be in a normal quantity and they should be at the normals. Subadha Sandhi. Okay, astis are good, but the sandhis are not good. Then it is a asammana. So sandhi should be very prompt. They should be subadha sandhi. Okay, next is sunimishta mamsa shonita. Okay, see, asti, sandhi, and the mams. Okay, the person is having very good asti, sandhi, and mamsa, and with the help of the shonita. So shonita will give the nourishment to these all the asti, sandhi, and mamsa. If these four factors are intact, then we will call the person as susammata. Okay, according to that, we'll make it as Balavan, Alpabala, or Madhyamala. That is Pravara, Avara, and Madhyam. Okay. So next, after the Sammanana, it is the Pramana. Okay. Pramana is the person's quantitative or anthropometrical measurements. Okay. So whatever we see that height, weight, BMI, his muscle measurements, chest, etc. are the Pramanatah Pariksha of the person. But in classicals, it is explained with Swa Anguli Pramana. Okay. So it has okay, please unmute. Okay. Sorry, please mute your mics. Okay. See, Pramanatha Pariksha is the person's quantitative, is the physical anthropometrical measurements, and it will be taken from Swa Anguli Pramana. Okay. There are different anthropometrical measurements, how what is the height, what is the length, etc., and it has to be multiplied with the help of Swa Anguli. Okay. According to that, we'll make it as the person is Pravara, Avara, Madhyama, Pramana. Okay. The same Pramana which is explained from Shusha Samhita is very, very important. Just by looking the person's the anthropometry, you can tell that person is having how much lifespan. Okay, so if the person is having the good height in this much of the Anguli Pramana, then he will be having 80 to 100 years. If the person is having the low stature in this much Anguli, etc., then that is explained in Shusha Samhita. So Pramanatha Pariksha is also explained in Charaka Samhita. That is anthropometrical measurements. Next is the Satme. Okay. See, Satme Pariksha. Satme means the persons accustomed to different type of food habits and the work. That is called as Satme. सात्म्यश्चेति सात्म्यम नाम तत् सतत upasevanam. Okay, so when the person is doing, person is taking something continuously but it is not harming to him, then it is called as the satya satata. Okay, so if you are accustomed to something, then it's called as the satya. Okay, so sorry, here also we have pravara satya, madhyama satya and avara satya. Okay, so how to make it is very very important for administration of the panchakarmas and to assess what is the bala of the person, and according to that you can increase or decrease the bala. You can increase the bala of the patient. So how it is, you have to examine the satya. The person takes ghruta, kshira, taila, mamsa, rasa satmyaha, sarva rasa satmyaha, balavanta. Okay. If the person takes the everyday, or if the person is accustomed to ghruta, kshira, taila, mamsa rasa, then he is pravara satya. If the person is having sarva rasa, okay, if the person is able to take or he is accustomed to all the six rasas, then he is called as balavantaha. He is having the pravara satya. Why? When you are going for the administration of any panchakarmas, okay, you need to give the taila, snehapana, gluta, etc. If the person is already, or if you want to give the kashayas, if the person is not going to take the kashayas, then it will be difficult. Okay, so if you want to become healthy, if you want to become balavant, then you have to make the habit of taking these foods, that is gruta, kshira, taila, mamsarasa and sarvarasas. Okay, don't take only the sweets or the spicy. Okay, so in your food you need to take all the rasas, then it is called as the person is having the pravara bala, and he will be having kleshasaha. Okay, person will be having kleshasaha, he is having the good kleshasahatva, that is the bala. Okay, if the person is not taking these things, then it is called as the alpa kleshasaha, that is the alpa bala, that is the avara stat. If the person is not taking gluta, kshira, taila, or person is ekrasa satmya, he is taking only the madura, or he is taking only the spicy foods, only the katu, then it is very difficult to treat him. Okay, so that is, and if you're taking two or three, and the only taking Gruta or Kshira and not taking the Mamsarasa or Taila, then you will be Prayana Madhyamagam. Okay, he will be having the Madhyamagam. Okay, so by these things we have to examine that is the person is having which satya. Okay, next is the Sattva. So after the Satya Pariksha, we have the Sattva Pariksha. Okay. Sattva Pariksha means it is psychological characteristics. Okay, what is a psychological behavior or the strength? Okay, what is the mental strength of the person? That is Sattva Pariksha. Sattvascheti, Sattvamushyate, Manaha. So Mana Pariksha, here Pravara, Madhyama and Avarabala. Okay, so again in the Sattva we have the three things. We'll see that, how to see that, what is the Pravara, Avara and Madhyama Sattva. See, Pravara Sattva. Pravara Sattva is person is having a very good bala. For that he will give that one example. Person is having Swalpa Sharira. Okay, person's Sharira is Alpa, but if he is having any disease, maybe the Nija or Agantuja, he will fight with that. His willpower is such much, it is like that, he will fight with the disease. It is the mental power of the person. Okay, so he will not express the pida. Okay, so even the pain is there, he will not express it. He will withhold the pain. Then it is called as pravara sattva. There will be some persons. So there is person is having severe pain, but he will not express. He will withhold the pain. That is his the willpower. That is the very good willpower that it is called as pravara sat. Madhyama sattva, person is having the madhyama sattva is person is having some disease or some problem. Okay, so in the life he has some problem. He can overcome from that with the parayva. Okay, so he needs the help of some persons. Okay, if some persons give some boosting or some persons will help for him, then will come out of that grip. Okay, person is having any disease or any problem, his expression will change with the help of the others. Okay, if the other person will give him the support, then he will be overcoming from that. That is the madhyama sattva. Then hina sattva, person is having mahasharira, the person is, and even he is having a very little pain. Okay, swalpa vedana, but he will not withhold it. He will start crying. He will start exaggerating the pain. Okay, here pain means it is not only the physical pain, it is also any problem. Okay, you start exaggerating it. He is having very good sharira, but he is exaggerating a little bit of the pain. Then it is the hina sattva. If the person sees the Raudra, Bhairava, Vivishta, etc. If he sees some horrors, or if he sees the Pashu, Purusham, Mamsa, Shomita. You might have seen that some persons, if they see the blood, they suddenly faint off. Okay, so they will suddenly go for syncope. Okay, those persons are hina sattva. Okay, so person will always with the vishada. Okay, person is always having the chinta. Then he is called as hina sattva. Okay. Why this is very important? Because okay, if the person is having that much of the good mental power, you can give the shastra chikitsa and the shodhanas. If the person is having the hina sattva, and even for the small disease, if you want to go for shastra karma or the shodhana, person will not withhold it. Okay, so before going for shastra karma or any panchakarmas or any tikshna aushadhi dravyas, if you want to give, you need to assess what is the sattva of the person. Okay, so this is how it will be helpful for the treatmental aspect. Okay, coming to the next is ahara shakti. So ahara shakti is, it is examined with the two factors, that is the abhyavarana shakti and the jarana shakti. Okay. Abhyavarana shakti and the jarana shakti will give the idea of the ahara shakti. Okay. So what is the quantity of the food he will take? That is the quantity of the food and how much time he needs to digest the food. Okay, abhyavarana means how much he will take and how much time he need to make the jarana of the food. There will be some persons, they will eat suddenly. They will eat much food, but they will not eat for totally one day. Then it's not good. So person, how much quantity of food will take and how much time is required to digest the food is a very important factor to know the ahara shakti. Okay. See, this is also very helpful in administration of sneha. Okay. See, when you come for the final years, so if you want to give the vamana or vidochana, we will administer the sneha. Okay. See, how much quantity of sneha he can take and how much time he can, within how much time he can digest the sneha. That has to be examined, and that can be done from the examination of ahara shakti. Okay, if the person is taking good amount of food and he will digest in time. Okay, so we'll take in the morning and after 2 hours or 3 hours we get the ahara jirya lakshanas. We will get the shuddha udgara, laguta, etc. Then it is called as the ahara jirya lakshana. Then his ahara shakti is good. is Abhyarana Shakti and Jnana Shakti is good. That is the proverb. Then Madhyama and Avara, according to that, you can classify it. The next one is the Vyayama Shakti. See, Vyayama Shakti has to be examined with the Karma Shakti. Okay, Karma. Karma means how much physical exercise or physical things he can do. Okay, that is called as Vyayama Shakti. So, if the person is having the good bala, he can do the good Vyayama or do any physical activities. Okay, so by seeing his physical activities, you can come to one conclusion that what is his Vyayama Shakti. Someone has on the mic, please off the mics. Okay. Another 5 minutes. Okay. Karma Shakti, it is examined from the his physical activity. Okay, so I think all of you are there in the home and you are not working, no physical activity. So do or continuous do the some physical activity. Okay, if you are sedentary for some days, then it is very difficult in the future. Okay, I think all of you might have increased your weight for so many kgs. Okay, so please do the at least yoga and the some physical activity, even the home activities. That is more than enough for the karma shakti, Vyayama shakti. Okay, so Vyayama shakti is another important point in for assessment of the rogi bal. Okay, the last one is the Vaya Pariksha. As we know that Vaya is classified into three things, that is the Bala, Madhyama and the Jirna Avastha. It is not the thing about the years. Okay, so we will give the years for Bala. For Bala from 1 to 30 years. For Madhyama for 30 to 60 years. For the Jirna Avastha it is more than 60 years. It is the fixed one. But nowadays we can see that the person who is having the Bala, he will show the expression of Madhyama. The person who is in Madhyama Avastha, he will show the expression of the Jirna Avastha. For that, he has given some characteristics for the Bala. Up to that, to whom you can tell that Bala. To whom you can tell that he is the Madhyama Vaya. To whom you can tell that he is the Jirna Vaya. Okay? See. So, Balaha from Sleshma Dhatu, Pradhana will be there. In the person who is the Bala Avastha, in him there will be Sleshma Dhatu will be prominent, and he has again characterized into the two things, 1 to 16 and 17 to 30. Okay, total 1 to 30 years is the Bala. From 1 to 16, that is the Shodasha Varsha, and in this time there will be the Vivardhamana Dhatu. Okay, so from 1 to 16, slowly there will be the increasing of the dhatu. Okay, for that only you can see that your height or your build will be up to some age. Okay, so up to some age you will be having some physical and the mental development. Okay, that is up to the 16 years. Okay, from 17 to 30 years, Trimshat Varshaha. At that time, it will get the maturity. Okay, from this is called as Vivardhamana Dhatu. Okay, so this is how the Bala is divided from 1 to 16 and 17 to 30. See, why this is important? Because in Bala, the Bala will be less because all the dhatus are not formed totally. At that time, most of the time, we will avoid the Tikshna Aushadhis, we will avoid the Shodhana Panchakarmas and the Shastra Karmas. For that, you should know that is what is the status of his dhatu. Okay. Next, Madhyama Vayaska. Okay, so to whom we will call it as Madhyama. See, in Madhyama, that is 30 to 60 years. What are the characteristics? He will be his Bala, Virya, Paurusha, Parakrama, Grahana, Dharana, Smarana, Vachana, Vijnana, Sarvadhatu Gunam. Okay, you will be having the optimum Bala, you will be having optimum Virya, Paurusha, Parakrama, Grahana, Dharana. Okay, so these two are very, very important. His grasping power and his withholding power. Okay, if you tell anything, he will grasp very fast and he will withhold the knowledge very fast. His Smarana Shakti will be very good in the Madhyama Vayaska. His Vachan, he will speak with intellectual, and his all the dhatus will be having at the optimum level. Then it is called as the Madhyama Vayaska. Okay, that is called as Vishirnamana Dhatu Gunam. Okay, the dhatus will be at the optimum level and his sattva will be at the optimum. And in this period, person will be having the Pitta Dhatu, Pitta Pradhanta. Okay, that is the Madhyama Vayaska. And the last is the Jirna. Okay, so to whom we can tell that is the Jirna, it is more than 60 years, and the person in this year will be having some characteristics, purely some characteristics, that is the Indriya, Bala, Virya, Paurusha, Parakrama, Grahana, Dharana, Smarana, Vachana, Vijnana. These will be having the less. Drushamana Dhatu Guna. Okay, see, in Bala that is Vivardhamana, in Madhyama that is Vishirnamana, and in Jirnavastha it is the Vrushamana. Okay, it has lost its energy. So Dhatus has lost its energy. You can see that if the old age person is there, his Indriyas are not so well, he can't see the objects, he can't hear. Okay, senile problems will be there. Okay, person's Virya, Paurusha, Parakrama will be less. His Grahana, Dharana, Smarana will be less. Okay, so you see that if you tell anything, if you want to teach to the old person, it will be very difficult and their withholding power will be less, their Smarana Shakti will be less, and Vachana. So they will go on talking, etc. Because of the age. Okay, because of the age, and in this age, Vata Pradhanata will be seen maximum. And it is up to the Avarsha Shatam. Okay, up to the 100 years. Okay. See, the importance of this is nowadays we can see these things. The person's Indriya, Bala, Paurusha, Parakrama, etc. are decreased even in Madhya Vayas. Person is 40 years or 50 years. If you see these characteristics, his Vachana or his Smarana Shakti is decreased, then you can think that person has already attained the Jirna Avastha. It does not mean that you should always go with the years. You can also go with the characteristics. Okay, if the person is getting the Jirna Lakshanas in the Madhyama Avastha, that is, in the Madhyama Avastha he is became old. Some persons will be there in olden days. Person is 60 years, 70 years, but their Indriya, Bala, Parakrama is very good. Then you can tell that yes, they are still young, they are still in the Madhyama Avastha. Okay, so this is also needed, very, very important for the treatmental aspect, that is the Vamana, Virechana or Shodhana or Shastra Karma. You can't do in the Jirna Avastha and in the Bala Avastha. Okay. So to conclude it, total this Dashavida Pariksha is a very important concept. Okay, so if you know the Dashavida Pariksha, then you can make it into the three bala, that is Pravara Bala, Madhyama Bala, and the Avara Bala. According to that, you can give the treatment. Okay, Vikruti Bala. Vikruti is for the Roga Pariksha, and rest are for the Rogi Pariksha. and according to that you can give the tato beshajasya tikshna mrudu madhyama. Okay, you can give the beshaja pramana. Okay, so ayusha pramana you can know, and you can give the what is the roga bala and what is the rogi bala, and according to that you can fix the beshaja pramana. Okay, so this much is about the roga vishagniti adhyaya, particularly dashavida pariksha bhava and dashavida pariksha. Okay, so anything you want to ask, you can unmute and ask. All of you are here or sleeping? Yes, any doubts? No? So with this we will be completing the Vimanasthana. Okay, all the 8 chapters of Vimanasthana we will be completing. Okay, so from the next classes we will start the Roga Chatushka. Okay, so any problem? Anything you want to know? So this PPT I will be putting in Google Class. You can refer. Okay, so we'll conclude. We'll end up now. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll stop it now. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, someone is here.
Sir.